Hello. This is the story of a little brown dog who was rescued from a hoarder's home. Actually, this was my sister who lives in Florida. She moved to Florida to be near her son and her three grandchildren. And that's worked out fine. But the kids are getting bigger now. In fact, the oldest one is heading off for college. They're getting her ready right now. And the other two are getting up there too, where they're busy and gone a lot. And they still see her, but she has always loved babies and baby animals and things like this. And she just likes to have something that she can take care of. She likes that. I think women were basically like that. They had a dog before they moved to Florida when they lived in Zionsville, which is right outside of Indianapolis. They had a big rescue dog that belonged to her son, Eric. And they had to put that dog down after a while as she got older. So, in a way, that was good that Bailey passed on before they had to move to Florida because, a big dog moving to Florida and it's so hot and she's black. So, they had not planned on taking a cat with them, but there was a little kitten that they found years ago, and it grew up there. Um, what do they call it, cat? I forgot. I can't think right now. But meow meow. Yeah, they call the cat meow meow. So they have the cat, and it's beautiful, big black cat, very pretty. And she was like thinking, "What are we gonna do? We're gonna take this cat with us," and they did. I knew she would, and it's worked out really good taking the cat. But one day she decided, now, I don't know, I haven't talked to her heart to heart whether this was just an excuse to go to the shelter. I don't know. But she decided to go to the shelter and take some dog food there. So her two younger grandchildren, which are, I think, 12 and 13, boy and a girl, and she decided to take them with her as she donated this food. They'd never been at a shelter before. Okay, it's an experience because it's usually loud, dogs barking and odors, and it's not like going into a pet store. So she took them, and since they were there, they were all looking at the dogs. And I don't know if they seen this first. I know they seen a little puppy that was adorable, she said. And she asked about it. And they said, "Oh, there's some people, a grandmother and I think it's her grandkids, and they're coming from quite a distance, and they already spoke for this puppy. They're very excited about it." And as a matter of fact, while my sister Debbie was there, this lady showed up for the puppy. So, and I hope I'm telling this all in order, Debbie. If I'm not, I'm sorry. But as they were looking around, they seen this little brown dog. As I'm telling these stories, I'll try to interject pictures as I go. And she said that it was shaking because she was the mother of that puppy. And I don't know how many puppies she had had, but they had taken the puppies from her. She was sitting in her cage, trembling, probably because of just the environment with all these other dogs. And there was a beagle dog and some bigger dogs next to her, and they're barking, oh, real loud. And that was upsetting her. And then they like were feeling sorry for her. All of them were when they were looking at this little dog. So they kept looking around at different dogs. I don't know if she was thinking about getting a dog then. I don't know. She didn't tell me that. But they were looking at all these other dogs. And then they came back again to this little brown dog. She is part Chihuahua, and we're thinking part Dachshund because her body's kind of long. She's really cute. But she said she came back there and she said she had the thought, it's not that I need this dog, but this dog needs me. And the grandkids are saying, get it, Grandma, get that dog. And so they did. And I believe she said that they told her that the dog had heartworms and they had just dewormed her and gave her all her other shots. She says, I didn't think they were going to let me take this dog home in that condition because, the reaction that we'd probably get. Because when they try to get rid of heartworms, it takes a lot out of them. Maybe comparable to when we get chemo. And she's such a tiny little thing. But they did let her take her home. But she had to go back in again, I believe, for the second shot after they brought her home. And when Debbie brought her home, she was so sick. In fact, Debbie called me and asked me to pray about that little dog. And she hadn't really named her yet. She just called her little girl. Well, she promised Sophia, her granddaughter, who's about 13, she promised Sophia that she could name her. And Sophia had not come to name her yet. So she was calling her little girl. And she said she was so sick from those shots. She was really concerned about it, that something might happen to her. But she snapped out of it. Now, if you have ever got a shelter dog and maybe you had similar problems to this, so some of the things I want to talk to you about. One thing, she would eat all the time. Well, let me back up. The story they told my sister at the shelter was that they found the dog, was abandoned, I don't know, on the side of the road or something, and she had her puppies. So this is what we were all thinking all the time. That's where they found her and her puppies abandoned. But then when she went to the vet, they had records there, and they said, no, she belonged to a hoarder. So from what I understand, this is kind of bad on dogs when they've been around a whole lot of other dogs, and it's it traumatizes them. Now, she's always hungry, never gets full. She's not aggressive or mean about her food. In fact, when you put her food down, she actually won't eat it until you walk out of the room. But the problem she was having was with water. And it took maybe 4 or 5 days before they could get her to drink water. So someone had suggested putting a little bit of water, not mixing it, but putting it in her food so that it would kind of puddle in the food a little bit because she loved to eat. And that worked. I mean, she was eating her food and then she would lap up the water. Or if you poured it in your hand, she would drink it. Might need a little light on me here. Better? So she said that now she is drinking water. Okay, so the problem that they've been having is she's very attached to my sister because that's her safe place. But my sister's husband, Tim, who's very good to her, she a time, I know one time she said he walked by and she kind of growled at him. And also, when he comes home from work and she hears him in the garage, she growls. So she said, we were talking back and forth trying to figure out what we could do. I even asked Claude on the AI, but Claude on the AI said to make it a good experience when Tim comes home. Maybe that Tim would have a little, since she likes food so much, maybe a little treat or something special. So when she would hear the garage door and hear his keys or whatever, hear him coming in, she would uh, associate that with having something like a little treat to eat. Also, I had suggested, I go, is she on your lap when he comes in? And she said, yeah. I go, maybe try standing up, not because that's her protected place being by Debbie. I don't know. Well, we're going to try all this stuff. She is. All I know is she's got a good home and they dearly love her. Some things I asked Debbie about. I go, what could I tell about her? She said, okay, they found out, well, they took a piece of aluminum foil and rolled it up. They were eating pizza or something. And I think someone in the family threw it on the floor. And she just loved that was thrown, that foil. Although Debbie got concerned that she might pull off pieces of it and took it away from her. But Tim came home with a ball for her. So she's liking that. She likes milk bones. Um, I got to stop because I got to look at my notes and then I'll get back. Okay, so the cat, yeah, they basically kind of ignore each other. I think she came up to Meow Meow. Oh, so okay, so yeah, Sophia got to name the dog. That's what I wanted to say. So Sophia named her Lucy. So her full name is Little Girl Lucy, which is cute. But she loves the grandchildren. No problem with that. Now my sister's son Eric lives there at the house, and I said, "How do they get along?" And she says, "Well, she basically ignores him." So I guess it's just going to take time, but it's things you got to work through when you get a shelter dog. And thank God she's got a good home. And who knows what she's went through? You just don't know. But she said she does zoomies now. You know how they do; they run and if Debbie's making the bed, she wants to get up, jump on the bed, and run around in circles and bite the blanket and growl and carry on. But she's so little, it takes her like 3 or 4 times to get up there. She says that she'll be on one side of the bed, Debbie is, and she just sees this little head popping up, trying to get up. But they're enjoying her. And Debbie said she's so glad she got her. She's so glad she got her because she's a real little cuddle bug. Oh, she was talking about with the food. She says if she would leave food, she wouldn't dare leave it. And she couldn't sit down. She said she found herself standing up eating a sandwich because if she sat down, she was trying to get it. But now she's stopped her from that. She's told her no, and she's learned to sit back. And she sleeps with them. But I just thought I would share that story with you. Uh, I might not put the pictures on here. I might just put them on the end of here. Uh, and let's see. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. All right. And then I'll put I went for a walk with Millie on the golf course, and I will put that on there. Went farther than what I was supposed to. We really walked a long time. And also, I have a couple little fashion things, so you just see what I'm wearing real quick before I leave the house. So I hope you enjoyed that. All right. God bless you. Bye bye. You like those kids, huh? Whoa, yay!
I can't believe you have a dog. Hey. Hey.
What do you got? What do you got? Huh? What is that? What is that? What is that? Get it. Get it. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? 1, 2, 3. Get it. There.
This is, no, 13th hole, I believe. Druid Golf Course in Tennessee. No, stay. I'm trying to hold this steady. There's a deer right in front of me. Someone said last night that they saw a bear right by us, but I didn't see it. Bill just told me, if you're going for a walk on the golf course, watch for bears, take your phone. I suppose I should take my phone to make a 911 call, not take videos. Okay. Well, it looks like it'd be a good place for a bar, right? Good place for a bear. If I was a bear, I'm laughing about this. I probably won't be laughing if one comes out. I gotta stop this a minute so I can go on. Sorry if this gets jerky because she pulls on me. I keep thinking about this house right here. It's right on the golf course. What if they've got a driveway that gets them out of here? I'll look when they get on the other side. Smells very woodsy. And wait, I gotta figure how these people get out of the house, out of there. It's strange. I don't see any driveway. Maybe I do see some driveway there. Yeah. Oh, I know who that guy is walking through this, Michael. Well, they got to get out of here some ways. Rocks everywhere. Isn't it pretty when you see that blue? It's the mountains. Yeah, I'm bossy when I walk. I try to walk slow. Try to be still for a minute. See, she's pulling me because she wants to smell everything. Yeah. Try to get her to stay still a minute. So as we're walking to the houses up there, so that's right here, the road in front of them. I'll stand still a minute. 14th hole. That's what we're on now. I don't know what those numbers mean. Guess you golfers do. Isn't it lovely here? There's houses over here. I don't know. Is there a road over there? Must be. Get out. Now this is where I walked up last time to take that video of the deer. See if the deer are down here this time. This might have been about the time I was down here. I think it might have been a little bit later. I'm not sure what time they come out. I guess they come out when they feel like it. It smells sweet. I'll stop and try to be a little slower again. Slow and steady is not me. I mean, I want to walk down here by myself, but she'd be broken-hearted if I didn't take her. But see, she's always got to have her nose on the ground. I can hear the water running. I don't see any golfers, so I probably could go down there. Oh. Millie, stay. So I'm stepping on her leash to keep her from going. But just to get the feeling up at the sky, a mountain range. There's but two at least. Over here there's like three. And a lake and a waterfall. Okay, I'm gonna go down there. I'll turn this off and back on when I get down there. Just to show you, let me get a little farther away with this, that we're on top of a mountain. This is somebody's, it's their backyard, but that's all rock. If you look over here, this is all rock too. I guess that's why they call it Rocky Top. Come on. Going down this steep hill now. I better shut it off. Okay, getting closer. Going down that hill was not that bad, but I gotta go up it. But I wanted to come down here. I haven't really walked down this far. So yeah, I'm seeing that there's a street right over there. It's on the other side of those houses. So their backyard, like mine, is a golf course. Oh, she's twisting me up, making me go in a circle. Huh. See, there she is. She thinks there's something in that hole. Well, since I've got this far, I might as well go over there, right? Bug in my eye. Millie, stop. Stop a minute. And I step on her leash, so I have a free hand here. Isn't this a beautiful golf course? Okay, the dreaded walk home. All right, I'm going to turn this camera off because I got a long walk uphill now. I'm going to need everything I've got. But there are deer up ahead, and she's nursing the baby. I don't know what happened to my close-up. Sounds of evening here in Tennessee. They're just starting up.
Donate your car online at aidsveterans.org. Your car donation really does make a difference.
When you pick up a new prescription at the pharmacy, you don't know what it's going to cost. That's why I always recommend you check SingleCare before you get to the counter. Before I pick up my prescription, I always check SingleCare.
It's quick, easy, and totally convenient.
They're playing. I'm gonna try to go out real quiet. Hold the door for me. There's a buck.
Big old Hoarder.
Looks so pretty, the deer with the sun shining on it. There's two of them I see. I don't know if there was more because we just,
Huh?
I don't know if there was more or just the two.
I just seen the two, and there was one that was on the side of the house, and he went running when I came up.
Hello, ladies. All right, just a quick getting ready to go. This is Thursday. In the morning, I have breakfast with my lady friends. This is my little pink sweater that I wore with that black dress Sunday, only this time I have a black blouse on. Love this blouse. It's short sleeve. And this time I have it just buttoned right here. And I've got a pair of light blue jeans on. I guess you can see them. And my trusty sandals. I'm not even going to show them again. My little black and has a little beige in the sandals. So that's what I'm wearing. Oh, I got to buzz off here. Love all of you. Bye-bye. Good morning, my friends and family, if you're watching. Almost forgot again. I run in here. It's Sunday morning. Going to church. Probably maybe go out to eat, or I'll come home and do a video. And then, you can see in the closet. Sorry. And then I'm going to, we're going to go to a play. I love the little plays they have out here. And it's called Hairspray. It's supposed to be really good. But yeah, that's that little $7 necklace. That and this is, I've had this, for some time. I don't know why I don't wear it much. I don't, but it's a one piece. Probably I don't wear it much because, I don't know why. Here's that little short sweater. Once again, it's gonna really come in handy. So I'll be wearing that because in church they have the air conditioning on. And of course, you gotta sport sunglasses. Yes. And my Cracker Barrel purse. Yes, I'm ready. Back is feeling a little stiff this morning, but I think it's gonna wear off, right? Okay. I pray all of you have a blessed day today. Bye-bye.